We have another big trade to announce, this time with the Boston Bruins and the Washington Capitals, and I genuinely have to ask, who the heck is stopping this Bruins team? Seriously though, it's just becoming unfair at this point. But with this huge trade involving Orlov and Hathaway to Boston, what do I think about this trade? What are the trade details, and who wins this deal as well? Boston or Washington? Watch till the end for the complete breakdown and subscribe if you're new. But let's first talk about the main player involved in this deal going to the Bruins in Dmitry Orlov, who's in a really interesting position, making just over $5 million as a rental. But with the Bruins, we heard tons of talk surrounding them going after Vladislav Gavrikov of the Columbus Blue Jackets, but instead they go after another rental defenseman, and Orlov also makes a lot of sense for them. Dmitry Orlov is a fascinating case. He's been one of the premier NHL two-way defensemen over these past few years and has been a big reason why the Caps won back in 2018 and has continued to be one of the best players on the Caps ever since then. Even though his defensive game has taken a little bit of a step back this season, he's been playing mostly top pair minutes, above 22 minutes a night, and has put up some solid results overall, and offensively is doing some of the best job he's ever done in his career at generating 5-on-5 offense and generating chances. And I think in Boston's system, he'll be pretty perfect. And even though his offensive results and pure points don't jump off the score sheet, he's a player that does a lot of the right things, and on a top pair, potentially with Charlie McAvoy on that left side, I think those two would be absolutely thunderous together, and Orlov, especially offensively, could strut his offensive skills quite well and be used maybe in a power play role too if he really wanted to. And for the Bruins, especially what the Bruins gave up, it might have seemed like Orlov costed less than Gavrikov, and you also add on top Garnet Hathaway, and to me, it's an excellent move. But let's also talk about Garnet Hathaway, who is also a healthy scratch for trade-related reasons, and it's also going to the Boston Bruins, and to me, he's been one of the most underrated bottom six players in the entire league this year. When we take a look at what Hathaway has done with the Caps, so far he has 9 goals, 7th on the Caps, 16 even strength points, which is 10th, 198 hits on the Caps, which is 1st on the team and 8th in the entire NHL, 5th on the Caps in blocks with 65, and has put up strong defensive results with the 3rd best expected goals against per 60 on Washington. So not only is he physical, not only is he great defensively, he can also chip in on offense and get a couple of clutch goals, which I think on Boston's fourth line is going to massively improve it. And when you think about Garnet Hathaway and think about the Boston Bruins style of play, he is absolutely perfect for them. And fast forwarding to the playoffs, in those big moments, in those minute crunching moments, he is going to be fantastic at suppressing shots, suppressing results, and also chipping into the right moments, which I think for the Bruins is another great addition. But then we look at what the Washington Capitals got back, and all things considered, it wasn't too bad. For the Caps, they get a 2023 first round pick, a 2025 second round pick, a 2024 third round pick, and Craig Smith from the Bruins. Now for the Caps, Craig Smith could just be a guy in that bottom six. He has 10 points this year and above $3 million cap hit, so he's mostly here to make that cap situation work for the Bruins. But considering the picks they got back, I don't think it's too bad. For a rental defenseman and a rental forward, they got a first round pick, they got a second round pick in a couple years time, and a third round pick. So they got top 3 round picks in 2023, 2024, as well as 2025. And I think for Washington, especially with how depleted their prospect pool is, that's going to be necessary. Now, we'll obviously have to wait and see what the Caps do with those picks, and especially that first round pick this year, but considering the Bruins situation and the likelihood that they'll be at 32nd overall by the time the draft comes around, I would say for the Bruins, giving up those picks isn't too bad for them, especially getting rid of the Smith contract too. And honestly, looking at the fit, I think both teams win this trade. The Caps get a lot of value back in picks, and for the Bruins, they add 2 players that will fit perfectly onto that roster, with Orlov potentially eating top pair minutes in the playoffs, as well as Hathaway getting those grindy minutes on that bottom 6, and to me, they'll complement Boston absolutely perfectly. They were already the best team in the NHL, and now they've loaded up even more. But let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this trade, and who do you think wins? The Bruins, the Caps? Do you think both teams win in this trade? Both teams lose? Let me know your thoughts down below. And how far do you guys see the Boston Bruins going in the playoffs? Are they going to win the cup because of this trade? Will they end up disappointing? Let us know all your thoughts. Of course, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great one, and goodbye.